What's up, everybody? This is Kayohhbee. Most people just call me Chuck. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that I'm really excited about. Okay, I'm going to be coming up with my own ranking called the Keio rank. Logo pending. I'll probably get somebody to make a logo, but besides the point. Why am I doing this? Okay, I'm doing this because I've seen a lot of PR discussion lately, and I just kind of want to do it. Does this mean that this is the official PR of Lubbock? That's up to you. If you guys want to take this as the most serious PR in Lubbock, sure. It is going to be a city PR, and that's about that. It's a city PR. My goal is to try to do videos, make it a little more serious in regards to like weekly rankings or breakout players or whatever really comes to my mind, because this is kind of just like a passion project for me. Okay, so why do I think I can do this? Quite frankly, I've done it for a very long time. I know it's been a long time for a lot of the new people to know what I've done. But I used to do the rankings for Lubbock for a very long time. I helped create West Texas, I helped create Lubbock Smash, and I've done it for a while. It's something I enjoy doing. I study a lot of brackets in regards to sports, rankings in regards to many different kinds of sports across many different things, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and what I think is the best bet. Now, does that mean my ranking is perfect? Absolutely not. It's based on opinion. That's what a ranking is. It's subjective. That's what a power ranking is. Okay, but I do think I can do a pretty good job, and if you guys would have it, I hope that you guys enjoy what I'm doing here. Okay, boom. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna write all this on paint, so do not judge me for how bad it looks. Okay, so first things first. What are the requirements? Number one. For Lubbock tourneys. Okay, for Lubbock tourneys. There's should have teched on Fridays, and there's Sunday school every other week. Okay, so there's 6 tournaments a month. You have to attend 4 within the entire season. Okay? How long is the season? Boom. 6 months. It's a semester. Okay, so it starts August 23rd, and it's going to end December, I believe it's 3rd or 8th. I probably fix it once I figure that out. Okay, how am I doing it? Bracket. Woo! I don't know if y'all have ever typed on this. It's difficult. We're using brackets ELO and whoa, blank. PR panel. Okay? Who's on that? I don't know yet. It's going to be anonymous, most likely. And I'm going to go talk to you personally if I decide to do it. Okay? But we are doing a PR panel as well as ELO. So whatever you see on the bracket might differ from what you see on the actual PR. Okay? So, what makes the KO rank different than everything else, okay? Not too much, to be quite frank. It's just the way I value things. So, what's the first thing I'm valuing? Tourney results. And you might be like, well, Chuck, can you determine what tournament means more and doesn't? Similar to the tournament tier system that West Texas is using, but I'm kind of modifying myself, and I'm really not going to show it to anybody. I value entrance. I value who's there. And all of that stuff. So, if there's a lot of people there, and there's a lot of good people there, that means that tournament means more. If you win a tournament where nobody's there, that tournament probably doesn't mean as much. Does it help? Yeah, winning is hard. But that does not mean that I won a tournament with 10 people and not a single PR player there. Does that boost me in the top 5? No, because no one was there. It's pretty common sense, but that's kind of the way I have to explain it. What else does Chuck value? Head to head. That's important. That is very important in a Lubbock scene, because if I've played Nationwide 5 times and I've beat him once, guess who's better? Nationwide. Okay? Very simple. These are the 2 most important factors. when I determine my resorts. There's also the ELO, which also has their thing, which also plays a factor. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down just for simplicity's sake. ELO. Okay, so we're going to look at that, see what the algorithm thinks, and we're going to say, do we agree with that? Do we not agree with that? Why don't we agree with that? And go on from there. That's the point of the panel. Okay, because ELO is not necessarily perfect. So, what are some questions that I expect from you guys? Does out-of-city tournaments count? Short answer, yes. I won't put it on the bracket for the ELO purpose just because my ranking isn't necessarily the official ranking of Lubbock. So there's going to be other people using it to potentially make their own PR if people aren't pleased with mine or anything like that. So I don't want to add tournaments in there messing up the ELO for things that could just mess things up. I don't want to do that, but I will factor it in. So if I travel, or let's use another player as an example. Worm Hero travels to, let's say, Midessa. Wins the tournament. Let's go, Worm. Worm Goat. What happens? That's going to factor into his Lubbock PR because that is a significant win. We want to do that for especially West Texas tournaments because I don't want people to just be like, oh, I want to focus on Lubbock. No, you still need to travel and go to events. That's the whole point of playing. So wins on other cities' PRs also helps in. It's not going to show on the ELO, but it's going to show in my rankings. Oh, wow, this person beat MTM twice. It's a pretty good player. What if it's not a West Texas tournament? Well, it kind of depends on how you do. I will say this. I will not punish you for going out of your way to go to a major tournament or a big regional outside of our region. So if you go to a major, low-tier city, rise and grind, and you do very well, that can only help you. Now, if you play somebody from our region and lose, that doesn't help you. Okay? But that's only if you play somebody from our region. The odds of that are very slim, and if we cross that path, we will cross it together then and in that moment. But I want people to go travel. Okay? But you still need to enter those 4 Lubbock tournaments. And then Chuck, this is the other question I'm expecting. Chuck, how do you regulate that? I'm using common sense and judgment. You might not like that answer, but that's what I'm doing. I've done this for a very long time. I'm very unbiased. And that's why we also have a PR panel. And you're going to have to, it really does revolve around you guys trusting me in this position. Which I know right now is kind of difficult because you guys don't know me as well. But hopefully over time you guys can understand that. So how am I going to choose my panel? I have no idea yet. I'm going to go off my gut of people who I need non-biased people. And I need people who actually pay attention to what's going on. Not just got voted in and doesn't read anything ever or pay attention to anything within the scene. So if that's something you might be interested in, I'm not against you reaching out to me. If that's your thing. But if you're super duper emotional, can't keep your own, especially if you're a player that could be on the panel, if you can't keep your biases out, then you're not going to be on there, but feel free to reach out about that. Now the biggest question. Steve. What are we doing? TO's decision. If they want to ban it, they ban it. If they don't want to ban it, they don't ban it. I don't care. It is up to you. And you might be like, that's unfair to players in our region because we do have 2 Steves in our region. Well, if they attend those tournaments, it's not really going to hurt them too bad. Why? Because common sense. We know that Steve is banned. So I'm going to use the list as an example. He went to Sunday school. Steve was banned. He did not do very well. Everybody knows that he did not get to go Steve. So guess what? You look at that and you're like, okay, that's not a Steve tourney. So if he goes to 7 tourneys and 4 of the results are top 3 when he's able to go his character, guess who's probably one of the best players in the region? Steve. It's common sense. It's really not a hard concept. Finally, another point that's brought up often is secondaries. What if a player is going their secondaries? That's their fault if they lose. If they choose to mess around and they get a bad result, that's a bad result. And that's what happens. Happens in sports as well. If I decide to mess around for 3 quarters and then I lose the game to a bad team, that's a loss. So if you're working on other characters, that's up to you. If you lose to a player, so my win on Nationwide on a Byleth, it helps me. Do I understand it's his Byleth? Yeah, I do. And that's also factored in a little bit, but it's that's still a win in the grand scheme of things. So it could help me on a tiebreaker. So So what am I planning on doing with this ranking? Videos. Okay? This is going to be kind of my own thing. It depends on time because I'm a grown man. I want to do videos in regards to kind of weekly updates similar to the AP Top 25 that college football does. If you don't know what that is, just Google it on Twitter. You'll find the video they posted today on September 5th. And they just talk about, or they don't even talk about it, they show who's the players, or who are the top players. In that, could maybe show a clip from some tournaments if we have any clips. And so it's very important for you guys to go back and watch your VODs, save your clip, and post them in the clips channel, because that helps me make my life a lot easier and potentially not just use renders for you guys. So I want to do some videos, potentially interviews with some of the players that are up and coming, with players who are doing well, talking about their results and everything like that. Okay, and then finally, at the end, the ranking itself. And there might be more things I decide to do, like throughout, and I'm open to many, many ideas, write-ups, anything like that. But right now, it's a one-man crew. So we'll end. I'm married and have a full-time job. So it kind of just depends on what's going on. But I'm doing this because I want people to get excited about something. I want people to see things like that's tangible and not necessarily super duper confusing. And I want to get involved. I love Lubbock. I love Lubbock Smash, so I want to make sure we have something that you guys can see the passion in. Okay? Enjoyed my MS Paint stuff. But outside of that, guys, I really don't have anything else. So if you have any questions in regards to the rankings, feel free to comment on this video, and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. Or I'm sure we'll have a discussion in Discord, because I know how that be. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning into this video today. And with that, good luck this season.